Oh shit, here we go again.
It is one of the most fiercely contested matches in the English game. Manchester United against Arsenal, and it's live from Old Trafford. Stay with us, we'll have every kick of the ball for you right here on EA TV.
Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory. Wow, we're here already. Manchester United away. Good lord. So this is the mock test. This is the mock test to see whether we're on the right we're going to be on the right, potentially going to be on the right trajectory this season. Before I go into kind of the specifics preview in the game, obviously the transfer window, the summer transfer window shut last night. And as usual with Arsenal fans, we tend to go into complete meltdown because we didn't bring anyone in besides the people that we've brought in. So my thoughts on this is kind of similar to January last year in a way. I know we didn't bring anyone in January, which, you know, give or take, that may have been detrimental to our season. But before recently, when it was announced that Zinchenko and Partey were injured, when we found out Nenny's going to be out for a few months, I don't think anyone was really shouting and screaming about the transfer window after we'd signed people like Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira, etc. I don't think anyone was really, foaming at the mouth and baying for the club's, for Edu's blood before that. So I find it quite strange how now people were saying it's an outrage that we didn't sign anyone, this, that and the other. There was a lot of rumours last night that we would hit, well, I think we did. We went in for Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, who incidentally scored from a corner against us, against Villa on Sunday, or Saturday, sorry. And so Villa decided, knowing that they know that we need a central midfielder, they decided to be dickheads about the whole situation and be like, he's not for sale. If you want him, we're asking for 40 million, which to me did not make sense because Douglas Luiz is in the last year of his contract. He doesn't want to play for Aston Villa anymore. So why the hell would they want 40 million? And the reason why is because they knew Arsenal wanted a central midfielder, and they knew that Arsenal were keen on Douglas Luiz last January. So we didn't end up doing it, and in my opinion it's probably for the best, because one of the things I didn't want us to do in this window is overpay for players that may or may not play or may not become something. Especially with a player with a year left on his contract. It was the same with Tielemans at Leicester as well, that Leicester were asking for like 40 million for, again, a player on the last year of his contract, has said he doesn't want to stay, isn't signing a new contract, probably will go elsewhere, potentially Arsenal at the end of the season for free. So it just didn't make sense. And that's the thing, in the past we probably would have paid the money. In the past we probably would have gone, oh fine, we'll pay 40 million, and people still would have been complaining. If we paid 40 million for Douglas Luiz last night, if it was the days of Raul Sanyehi and all that kind of stuff, and we paid 40 million, and let's say he didn't play very much or he didn't do very well, people would be outraged by it. So I don't really understand how all of a sudden there's been this about face of negativity. I admit that there is a slight, Tom Canton called it a failure, but I don't know if I would call it a failure. I'd probably call it disappointing that we didn't go out and get a central midfielder. We didn't go out and get a replacement for Pepe, because obviously Pepe's gone out on loan. So it's just disappointing that we didn't get everything done before the end of the transfer window. I'm not too sure I would say that it leaves us short necessarily, because I think we've got cover everywhere, including because I've seen a lot of people complaining about, there's no cover for Saka and all this kind of stuff. So apparently Fabio Vieira can play there, Smith Rowe can play there. So I think we should be okay. It's just when the Europa League games come in and the other domestic trophies come in, that's where it might be difficult. So we might have to look to just be thinking about January in terms of transfers now. But in general, I think we've had a good transfer window, much better than last year. We've actually brought in, particularly with Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, we've definitely brought in quality that has made us better. Like, we wouldn't be currently top of the league 5 wins out of 5 if it wasn't for the business we've done. So I can't complain too much. It's not like, you know, Man United that are taking punts on players that, you know, have only been proven in one league and, you know, buying players over 30 for, you know, ridiculous amounts of money on ridiculous contracts, hoping that it's going to get them success now, which leads me on to Man United. So yeah, so the start of the season, I watched both of the, well, I've actually watched all of their games so far this season. Well, I saw the second half of the Leicester game, but all the other games I've watched pretty much most of what I've seen. I was saying this, as you probably guessed, like, Stefan isn't on this preview this time, unfortunately. Like, we just didn't have time to get it together. We'll probably try and arrange something for the home fixture later on in the season, the Emirates fixture. But yeah, I was speaking to him about it and about Man United, and obviously he's doing the typical Man United fan thing of acting as if like 21 is coming because, you know, they've had a couple of good results, whereas I don't necessarily see it yet. I thought they were really good against Liverpool, despite the fact that, like, Liverpool kind of made it a little bit easy for them. Obviously they were poor against Brighton and Brentford, which are games that they lost. I think they were indifferent against Southampton. I think Southampton deserved something out of that game. And Leicester, I mean, I didn't see the first half, so I can't say, but from the second half performance, I think, again, Leicester deserved something out of that. I just think they didn't have the quality in the final third. So in general, I'd say that, you know, they've had one good performance out of 5 games. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they're, like, on fire yet. And this is what I was saying last time before the Villa game, that Man United fans just, like, send themselves into, like, euphoria every time they win a game. Like, deluded euphoria of, like,
we're back to the old days
as soon as they beat someone. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I think the reason why this is the mock test is because, as I've said, Man United aren't as good as they were. They aren't the force to be reckoned with that they were, you know, in the height of the rivalry between Arsenal and Man United, but they're still a big team. You know, and on their day, particularly at home, they can do damage, and they always seem to do well against us at Old Trafford. You know, it was quite an even game last year, but they got a penalty in the last minute, which Ronaldo converted, and they beat us 3-2, whereas we kind of completely rolled them over at the Emirates. So that's kind of how it's been. They've beaten us at their place, we've beaten them at our place. And that's kind of why I'm a little bit worried, because it always seems in the past couple of years that Old Trafford is where we go first with Man United. And I'm just worried that, like, as I said after the Villa game, if there's one place you don't want to go when you've got a record or when you've got a run going is Old Trafford. Because, you know, the famous thing is that they ended our 49 game unbeaten run at Old Trafford with the kind of, you know, now dubious penalty from Wayne Rooney. So yeah, that's why I'm a little bit worried. I think the best we can hope for is a draw. I think we can beat them. Like, I think at the moment on form we are better than them. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're the favourites, because, you know, again, because they've won a few games, every Man United fan, including the head of their fan base, Gary Neville, seems to think that, like, I mean, I saw him going at Piers Morgan saying, "Oh, we're going to do you on Sunday." I was thinking to myself, 2 weeks ago you were head in your hands, like, looking with despair of, like, where is Man United going? Because you've won. He's exactly the same. Won a few games. Everything's forgiven now. Everything's fine. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the thing. It just has to remain consistent for them. But I hope it doesn't start on Sunday. I actually think we will get something out of the game, but I don't necessarily think we'll win. I think it's going to be a draw, and a draw at Old Trafford at this stage is pretty good, because obviously they want to keep the momentum going. They've won 3 games in a row now. They obviously want to stop us, from winning 6 in 6. So yeah, I think they will give us a game, but I do think that the improvements will show on both sides. I think with Arsenal, I think we'll show a lot more resilience. So yeah, I think we will do all right over there. I don't think we'll win though. I'm gonna say a predict a draw, 1-1. I'm gonna say. Another thing that happened in the transfer window that's quite interesting. So Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is back in the Premier League. He has signed for Chelsea for 12 million quid. How do I feel about that? I don't care, to be honest. Like I'd say in the past like 5-6 years, I haven't really held football in as much high regard as I used to in the days of like Thierry Henry and Ian Wright and people like that. So I don't really care. Like their loyalty is never. Most of their loyalty doesn't lie with the club that they've signed for. To be honest, and I can't help but think, and it's probably the cynical part of me, but like I can't help but think that like he'll play well for a season, which I'm pretty sure he's going to score against us when we play them on November the 5th. But I think he'll revert to type after that. I think he'll start messing about again. I mean, there's a reason why Tuchel will let him go the first time. So let's see what happens. But yeah, going back to the game, I think it's going to be a very, very entertaining. It's either going to be very entertaining or incredibly boring. It depends on what team shows up. But that's the thing. At this moment in time, I'd say that we are probably the informed team, and United are kind of on the up, basically. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I can't see anything else other than a draw, unfortunately. I think deep down my heart is telling me we can beat them, but I know what Old Trafford is like. I'm just being realistic, guys. Like, I know what Old Trafford is like, and I've only really ever seen us beat Man United at Old Trafford a few times. Not that in my lifetime so far, I haven't seen us win there very often. So, I was watching the 8-2 and all that. So I'm never normally that confident with away games against Man United, despite the fact that they're probably kind of on the same level as us at the moment. Or as I keep saying, if you spoke to their fans, they think they're still on the heels of Man City and Liverpool. It's ridiculous. To be fair, some Arsenal fans think that as well. Think that like we're one win away from, or a couple of results away from Man City and Liverpool, which again is ridiculous. That's the thing. The realisticness has gone out of Man United and Arsenal fans, to be honest. That's why it's an interesting game, because we can actually see where both teams are, and with all their kind of like star signings and all this stuff, can we beat them at their ground? Let's wait and see. I'm still going to predict 1-1. I'm just going to go for the safe option, because for some reason, because of previous records, I just don't think we can beat them, because they always seem to turn up when they play us for some reason. I don't think, apart from and that was at the Emirates, apart from the time where we beat them 3-0, where that was probably more of a battering than last season at the Emirates, I don't think I've ever seen us batter them at Old Trafford, ever, for years, I'm saying. I think the last time was like 3-1, either the one in the FA Cup or even before that in like 2002 or 2001. So yeah, that's why I'm not confident that we can get the 3 points. I think if we get out of there with a draw, that would be great, because we go to Everton after that. I think it's Everton at home is the next Premier League game after our start in the Europa League, which is away to Zurich, which again will be tough as well. So yeah, we've got Everton at home on September the 11th, after the kickoff of the Europa League at Zurich in Switzerland. So yeah, it'll be good if we can get out of Old Trafford with a draw. I'd be happy with that, a competitive draw. So yeah, my prediction is 1-1. I played well enough on FIFA to not make it that, so hope you enjoy. I'm going to leave it there. I will be back again after the game on Sunday, giving my thoughts and hopefully, as I keep saying, in a good mood. So until then, take care and stay safe.
Can they get in behind them? Surely! And it's gone in! Beyond the goalkeeper, Arsenal level.
Well, let's take another look, and it's a very good goal. And they deserve it, you have to say. They've been excellent.
They've decided that now is the time to go to the bench. So, a level contest, 1-1. Good-looking move, this. Bruno Fernandes. United come away with it. Rashford. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Rashford! And just over the bar. Excellent effort it was.
For Manchester United, coming off the pitch, number 14, pierre-emerick, to be replaced by number 34, Donny van de Beek.
Granit Xhaka. 20 minutes remaining. And Arsenal now find themselves in potentially a dangerous position. Keeper getting the touch. Well, he stumped it out of there without much fuss.
Well, the keeper's made a good save, but you just sense a goal is coming soon.
Well, it wasn't a simple save to make. And now the delivery. And no-nonsense defensive clearance. Could be threatening. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards.
Well, we won't get tired of watching this because the interplay around the box is wonderful. And then the finish is fairly simple in the end. That's a good goal.
What a big moment in the dying embers. Will it prove decisive here? Rashford. Lindelof now. Time is against Manchester United, but it's not over for them. Bruno Fernandes. And given the defender's touch, the referee says corner. And with play stopped, they will make the change now. Over it comes. Still not clear. Danger averted for now. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? And just making the run a bit too early. Offside as a result.
Substitution for Manchester United. Coming off the pitch, number 10, Marcus Rashford. Coming onto the pitch, number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, time is against them. They have work to do. Sancho. Bruno Fernandes. It did look on for them, but not to be. And we've entered the final 5 minutes. A lot of forward thrust here from Ronaldo. Now, what can he do from this excellent position? This could level it. Really good block. Albert Sambi Lokonga. Can they hit on the break? Could be dangerous. This could finish it. Can they stop it going in? Well, it looked so threatening, but the danger averted. Can he finish? A really good stop at a critical stage.
Well, had that gone in, there was no way back. Not much time left now, though.
Corner kick played in. And a no-nonsense clearance. Good effort here! Well, his own teammates stopping him, and a pretty tight offside call by the look of it.
Well, he is offside when the ball hits him, but there's not much he can do there. I think the keeper had it covered anyway.
Diogo Dalot. Cristiano Ronaldo. And the referee blows his whistle. Now we can say it officially. Arsenal have won this game. 3 points for them. What did you make of it all?
Well, Derek, it was a tight game. Both sides had their moments and chances, but overall, they just about shaded it. A well-earned victory.
I think it's accurate to say, Stuart, that this man was the light bringer for his side.
Yeah, he was a real handful today. He scored the winner and got himself into some great positions. He really did play well.